Hi, welcome back to my channel, Beautiful Minutia. If you're new here, my name is Tiffany, and today I wanted to talk about all the books that I am hoping to read in February. Sorry if my voice sounds a little weird. Sickness has been running rampant through our house for the past week, but thankfully all my videos that went up last week were all pre-filmed. I was like ahead of my filming schedule, which is awesome. So I didn't have to worry about actually filming a video in the week that I was really sick, and I could just lay down and rest. I am on the mend, as is everyone else in my household, but yeah, I'm a little tired. So hopefully I don't sound too scatterbrained in this video. We'll find out. So do you remember how one of my goals for this year was to like haul back on challenges and read-alongs and all that kind of stuff? That apparently is not happening in February because I have planned so many books, especially considering February is a shorter month. So I am participating in a couple different challenges, readathons, etc. So I will explain those as we go. So let's dive in. The first readathon that I'm participating in is actually the Library Love readathon, which I am a co-host of. I'll link that video if you have not seen it yet. It has all of my prompts, but basically everyone who is hosting this readathon has like different prompts where we're kind of tackling a different section or genre of the library. And so mine is travel themed, and I go over exactly what my prompts are and some book recommendations for those prompts and everything in that video if you haven't watched it. But just kind of a refresher, the books that I'm reading are Finding Langston by Lisa Klein Ransom, Sun Does Shine by Anthony Ray Hinton, and then Golden Sun by Pierce Brown, which I'm also buddy reading with my friend Dio. We read Red Rising together last fall, so I'm super excited to read book 2. The other readathon that I'm taking place in for the month of February is Febregency. I'm actually not following all the prompts for that. There's several lovely ladies that are co-hosting this. I will link all of them down below so you can find them. But one of the prompts was to read a book that was either written during the Regency time period or was very popular during the Regency time period. So this book is on my classics TBR for 2022, so I'm going to read this in February. I was originally planning to read it in the fall, but it fits with Febregency, so I'm going to try to read it in February, and that's The Mysteries of Udolpho by Anne Radcliffe. This book was actually mentioned a lot in Northanger Abbey, which I read last summer. So I'm super pumped to be reading this book because I think I'll understand some of the references that were in Northanger Abbey once I have read it. But I'm looking forward to reading it, but it's really, really big. It doesn't really look it. Like, it doesn't look super duper massive, but it has over 600 pages in it. So it is kind of big. So hopefully that's not too ambitious with all the other books that I'm planning to read in February, but we'll see. Another read-along that I'm participating in February is Krista at Books and Jams. She last year hosted 2 different read-alongs of like classic Christian books, Christian nonfiction books. And I participated in both of those. One was Mere Christianity, and then the other one was The Pursuit of God by A.W. Tozer. So the book that she wanted to read for like our group read this time was The Celebration of Discipline by Richard Foster. I could hold this up, but it doesn't have a dust jacket. Oh, you can kind of see it with the gilting and the light. I got this book from Better World Books for like actually I got it for free. Let's be honest, I got it for free because I had a $5 off coupon. So I got it for free. Anyway, so this is a spiritual nonfiction all about different disciplines in the Christian life. I don't really know what a lot of them are. I haven't really looked through it very much yet. So it looks like some of the disciplines that are included are like prayer and fasting, worship, service, stuff like that. It's like all kinds of different stuff, and some of them are, you know, individual, some of them are corporate. So yeah, there's just a lot of different things in here. So I'm looking forward to reading this one in the month of February. I believe Krista will be having live streams on her channel, so you can check that out. I'll link her channel so that way you can jump in and hopefully read it with us if you're interested in that. Okay, so then I have been trying to work my way through my read or read pile, and some of the ways that I have been trying to get through some of those books is by Chantel's Read Your Bookshelf Challenge and Books and Lala's Buzzwordathon Challenge. So I've been trying to use those prompts each month to pick books off of that TBR. So I have a couple here. So the first one for Chantel's Read Your Bookshelf Challenge, the prompt for February is love. And I assume that that means that love is supposed to be in the title, and it's not. I couldn't find any books that I was interested in reading that had that in it. In fact, I think I only have one book in my house that has the word love in the title. I could be wrong, but I took this prompt incredibly liberally, especially so I could take a book off of my read or read project. So I chose Austenland by Shannon Hale because it's a romance. So that's kind of where we're going with this. I don't know if I'm gonna like this book, quite honestly, because I'm not a big fan of romances in general, but this does have a lot of Jane Austen references, as you might imagine from the title. And I also really like Shannon Hale's writing. I've really enjoyed her fairy tale retellings. So maybe I'll like this, and it's super short, so that's always a plus as well. I have the sequel to this as well, so if I end up like hating Austenland, I'm not going to keep the sequel. So in terms of my read or read project, that would actually enable me to get rid of 2 books if I don't like them. Then for the Buzzwordathon, the prompt for the month of February, I think, is words like me, you, I, words like that. So I'm going to be reading Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro. Might be pronouncing that wrong, but oh well. I know nothing about this book at all, and I have been told that you want to know absolutely nothing about it going in. I know that there's like 3 teenagers in it, and that's literally the only thing that I know at all. This is my first Ishiguro that I have read. I also own Remains of the Day, and I haven't read that one yet either. So yeah, so this is my book to fulfill that prompt, and this is also off of my read or read list. Because I don't have enough books on this list yet, I decided that I'm gonna try to read this. I don't know if it's gonna work out, but this is on my nonfiction TBR for the year, and I actually haven't read any books off of that yet so far, and some of them are longer, so I need to kind of get a jump on that. But that's 12 Years a Slave by Solomon Northup. And the reason I'd like to read this in February is because February is Black History Month. So I feel like it would be a good time to read it. And a couple of the other books that I have on here are also written by Black authors. The Sun Does Shine and Finding Langston are also both by Black authors. So those both tie in as well. And actually this one's on my nonfiction TBR for the year as well. Anyways, 12 Years a Slave is about a Black man who is living in New York, and then he is like basically kidnapped from New York and forced into slavery in the South, and is a slave for 12 years. So this is really short as well, so I'm thinking that maybe I'll have time for it a little bit more than I might think. We'll see. If any of these books get booted off my TBR because it ends up being too many books, this will probably be the one to go, because it's not really fulfilling any challenges or anything. It just felt like it would be a good month to read it. So in addition to all the books that I just mentioned, thankfully some of them are shorter, but some of them are not. But in addition to those, I do have a couple of books that I'm carrying over from January. The main one being War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy. I had hoped to get halfway through this in January, and I'm recording this and there's still a couple days left in January, so I may end up getting farther in this book than I am now, but I'm still not going to be where I had hoped I would be, because I wanted to be about halfway in January, and I'm close to a third of the way through at this point, so that's still a lot of progress. I'll talk more about it in my wrap-up, but it's just taking me longer to get through than I thought, and so I'm just trying to be patient with myself and enjoy it. And then, like I said, since I am recording this and there's still a few days left in January, this book may carry over and it may not. And that book is Atomic Habits. I started that in January. And I doubt that I will be done with it before February begins. May not. We'll see how motivated I am to finish it. It's a really good book though, so I don't really want to rush through. I want to like take my time and digest a lot of the stuff that he's saying because I'm really enjoying it. It's really good. Okay, so here is my book stack along with War and Peace. I'm not going to try to put that on there because I think it will just topple. But this is my book stack for the month of February. It's a little more ambitious maybe than I should have planned, but we'll see what happens, I guess. I'd love to hear from you down in the comments below. I would love to hear if you are participating in any fun readathons or reading challenges this month, and the book that you were like the most excited to get to in February. I think the book, it's hard to choose which one I'm the most excited to get to because I'm really excited about The Sun Does Shine, and I've heard amazing things about Finding Langston, but I've also wanted to read like Golden Sun ever since I finished Red Rising last fall, so I'm really excited about that one. And I'm also really excited about The Mysteries of Udolpho. So I think it's gonna be a good reading month because I'm super excited about a lot of the books that I have on the docket this month. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit like and also subscribe so you can continue to see more bookish content from me, and I will see you again next time.